Hello and welcome to the channel. The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC was summoned to court and had to deny allegations of vote buying. Is this a sign of things to come in 2023? Subscribe, like, share and comment. Thank you. INEC appears before tribunal, denies Oni's vote buying accusation. The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has told the Election Petition Tribunal that the June 18, 2022 governorship election in Ekiti State was devoid of vote buying and other irregularities cited by the Social Democratic Party governorship candidate Segun Oni. The resident electoral commissioner, REC, Dr. Adeniran Teller, who appeared before the tribunal yesterday, said the commission's officials who monitored the election complied with the provisions of the Electoral Act and election guidelines in the conduct of the poll. Teller, represented by the Deputy Director and Head of Operations, Ekiti INEC Office, Mr. Temitokpe Aina, added that the Commission was not aware of any incident of vote buying as alleged by the petitioners, and there was no inflation of figures in any of the units where the election was conducted. The INEC chief, who was summoned by subpoena to give evidence at the tribunal while under cross-examination by counsel to respondents, further affirmed that the total number of votes cast and collated by the electoral agency at the Ekiti governorship poll corresponded with the number of voters accredited. The witness said the bimodal voters authentication system (BVAS) machines used to accredit voters functioned well and perfectly and were not in any way compromised during the conduct of the Ekiti governorship election, adding that there was no manual collation and indiscriminate recording at any of the polling units. Oni, who lost the governorship election, and his party, the SDP, who are the first and second petitioners in the case, are before the tribunal challenging the result declared by INEC, which returned Mr. Biodun Oyebanji, the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC, as the winner of the election. Respondents in the petition are the Governor-elect Oyebanji first, the APC second, Al-Ajimai Mala Buni third, INEC fourth, and the Deputy Governor-elect Mrs. Monishade Afuye fifth. The Ekiti INEC boss, who was cross-examined by counsel to the petitioners, Mr. Owoseni Ajayi, also brought before the tribunal electoral documents and materials needed on giving evidence, said he didn't bring the BVAS machine, the used and unused ballot papers because they were not part of what he was directed to bring by subpoena. The witness explained that documents and materials requested for by the petitioners were not given to them on time because they didn't pay the prescribed fees, revealing that the documents and materials were only made available to them after they had paid the fees on 8 September 2022. Hence, the issuance of Exhibits A13, A14, A15, and A16. Hence, INEC was not liable for the alleged delay. He also dismissed the allegations of the petitioners that they were not allowed to inspect the electoral materials, maintaining that the Commission allowed the inspection of the materials. Some of the documents brought to the tribunal by the witness included Forms EC8D, EC8E, EC8C for all local government areas, EC8B for all the 177 registration areas, list of local government areas and registration areas, collation officers, letter from the law firm of Owoseni Ajayi and Associates, directory of polling units, BVAS report on accredited voters in Ekiti State, and permanent voter cards, PVCs, collected polling unit by polling units. Others were APC letter on submission of INEC forms EC9 and issuance of certified true copies, CTCs, of documents to Owoseni Ajayi and Associates by INEC. Others were APC letter on submission of INEC forms EC9 and issuance of certified true copies, CTCs, of documents to Owoseni Ajayi and Associates by INEC. List of elected members of APC National Working Committee and National Executives, serial numbers of ballot papers as released to electoral officers, and the list of ad hoc staff as deployed for the election. At this stage, counsel to the petitioners, Ajayi said that would be all from him in leading the witness in evidence, paving the way for counsel to first and fifth respondents to cross-examine the witness, and the first question the witness was asked was for how long he had been working for the electoral agency, to which he answered 30 years. But Ajayi, after he was through with the witness, came back to seek to tender the electoral materials the witness brought to court, but he was opposed by all counsel to the respondents. Fagbemi noted that Ajayi had exhausted the 20 minutes he had to lead the witness in evidence and was graciously given extra 7 minutes by the tribunal, maintaining that the petitioner's counsel could not come back again after the cross-examination had started. Fagbemi wondered why Ajayi, instead of going into the main issues in his examination in chief, chose to delve into other things until the window of time given to him closed. Ajayi replied that he wanted to tender the materials after his time had closed in the interest of justice. But Fagbemi replied by saying that I submit that justice is not a one-way traffic. It is a three-way traffic. To the defense, the petitioners, and members of the public who are watching, the concept of justice has no sentimental qualification. I submit that he cannot ask fresh questions to seek to tender any document after finishing his examination in chief. Counsel to second respondent APC, Mr. Adedayo Adewumi, objected to Ajayi's application, describing it as strange. Counsel to third respondent Buni, Mr. Shaibu Aruwa, son, also objected in grounds that Ajayi failed to adduce convincing reasons to substantiate his application. Counsel to fourth respondent INEC argued that the petitioners cannot approbate and reprobate at the same time, objecting to the request. Ajayi, in his response, urged the tribunal to tender the documents from the bar, pleading that he should be given the opportunity, while also admitting that cross-examination by the respondents had started. But the tribunal chairman, Justice Wilfred Boshi, in a short ruling, rejected Ajayi's oral application, holding that he, Ajayi, had concluded his examination in chief and the proceeding would not be allowed to go back and forth. The tribunal ruled that the proceeding would not be allowed to go back to examination in chief, noting that the only available window was during re-examination, holding that if we do otherwise, it will amount to overindulgence and we do not want to be seen as biased. The tribunal further held that the application of the petitioners through Ajayi mount to proceeding on reverse gear and it is hereby refused. The ruling paved the way for counsel to order respondents to cross-examine the witness. Under further cross-examination by Fagbemi, the witness told the court that from the records available at INEC, the deputy governor-elect, Mrs. Afuye, has school certificate, which is the minimum qualification to run for the office. The witness under cross-examination by Adewumi affirmed that the Ekiti governorship poll conducted by INEC on 18 June was free and fair and won by Oyebanji, while the first petitioner, Oni, did not win any local government. That's the news, guys. Thanks for joining in. Bye.